Good morning, everybody. Today's the day. We've said that before, many times, but I think today really is the day.
Slightly bleary-eyed morning this morning. For whatever reason, sleep didn't happen so well last night, but anyway.
We have got Antonio, our local stonemason here, and Mario should be here any second.
Antonio's here. Let me open the gates for him.
Our daddy put Crusoe's jumper on today. It's too big. And today they're going to finish walls along the side of that staircase that we built to connect this terrace I'm standing on to the terrace down at the biopool.
And what's going on the building site? Well, lots, but not much, if you see what I mean. We've laid that slab. It's gone down very well. It's been down about a week now. We've been putting up these concrete columns. They are the structural elements of the first floor.
We've also had a bit of drama down on this terrace, as you can see behind me. If you remember, we have been talking about the need for Mario to fix this corner for quite some time. Other projects have just continuously taken priority. But, well, if we don't fix it now, our chickens are sliding down the hill any day now because there's the chicken coop. We have a collapsing terrace.
So it'll probably be Monday evening by the time we get all of them done. And then from there, I guess we'll start to look at how the house is going to be growing, and we'll be getting some stone on site. The stone I'm really looking forward to. I deeply want to be involved in learning how to hack away at the stone and make the stone into a house. So we'll see how that goes. In the next few episodes, I'd hope that we'd be starting doing something like that. Eduardo, the engineer and the architect, is coming on site today as well, just to check that everything's going as it should. And apart from that, I think we have got, well, it's going to be a busy day.
I'm really hoping that they're going to get done with those walls on the side of the staircase fairly early so that they can shift their focus to building a wall over here, I think using these stones which were excavated from underneath the big house. This terrace has been both rewarding and challenging to work on. It's amazing to see it coming to life, but it's certainly throwing up a lot of problems.
There's so much water coming down and sort of sitting on this field right now. We need to find a way to make sure that water is flowing in the direction we want it to flow in and not flowing directly underneath the plastic liner. We've talked about this a lot before. It is something that makes me a little bit nervous. But anyway, the pond's looking great.
It's full, which is very exciting. It's so full, in fact, that it's spilling. But it's got to the point where we can see, like, that is basically the extent of where the water's going to go. That is the size of the pool. I think what John's going to try and do today is also get Mario to help us fix this. In Portugal, they call it a mine. This mine is causing us a whole lot of problems. Basically, what we want to try and do is dig behind it to see if we can put some pipes in to re-tap into that mine, so that all of the groundwater connects into that mine and goes into the biopool rather than into the ground and up. It's quite a job. I'm not sure if we're going to manage that, but let's see. And then what we'll need to do is empty all of the water that's come into the pool around the sides here. Put that gravel in that Mario I think is going to be delivering today with the felt underneath it, and then let it refill again, and then we can start planting. So we're making incredible progress, and today is hopefully the day where we can draw a line under a lot of these things, because it's been months, as I'm sure you guys know. If you've been watching it all unfold, you'll know how long we've been down on this terrace for, trying to get these things sorted out. 2 more stones on the staircase, a trench for the water on this terrace, fixing of our collapsing terrace wall. Let's see how much we get done.
Just going to pull up these fence posts. Put those in place so the boys don't come down here when I'm not here. Just open this gate as well so Mario's got free reign of the place. There we go. We'll have to make a more permanent solution pretty soon. That water, of course, very full now. Just testing the temperature of the water to see whether we're ready to go and swim.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's too cold to go in there. Wait a minute.
What's that, buddy?
Let's make a big. Let's put a bowl in here, and then scoop all agua from a biopool, and then it can swim.
That's cool, isn't it? Do you want to go swim, Sawyer? Yeah, you're ready?
Yeah, I'm ready too.
Okay, let's go and have a look. Let's go and have a look.
I'm a big one.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a big one. I'm my own.
Yeah, you don't need a cozy a jacket anymore, do you, Crusoe? You're good without it. Wow, that's so much water.
I'm gonna float it out.
Yeah. Might get a bit shooty, eh? Careful, because that will be slippy. Shall we go swimming tomorrow when it's a little bit more organised and I've had time to sort it out? What do you reckon? It's good that we practice though. Why aren't you swimming, Sawyer? It's one of those mornings, all sorts going on. I see Robbie and the rest of the gang down there. They've fired up the old cement mixer. Trying to imagine what it would be like if we could get a cement mixer truck down our road. Of course, the last little bit, the bit that we paralleloshed, the round bit, it's perfectly fine getting all sorts down there. But there's a bit of the road to our house that's a little bit gnarly and the cement truck just didn't want to do it. So I wonder how that whole house project would be if we didn't have that cement mixer there, if it was just if it was just being a truck coming down the hill, pouring the cement and then leaving again. Anyway, Antonio is firing along by the looks of things with all of his work. There's some cement and sand mix come down the hill as well. It looks like they've got everything cut that they need to get cut. And there's Mario winding his way through the mist and the dust there. Very dramatic morning. So I've just been talking with Joao a little bit about what we've got lined up for today. There's a whole bunch of work that needs to be done. And you know, on Mario days, we really just want to smash it out of the park and get as much done as we possibly can. We never get as much as we want done because that's just the length of a day, but there is quite a lot to do today. So Mario, Joao's going to tell Mario and we'll hopefully we'll get things moving. I literally just said first stone going into place, but actually I think it's the penultimate stone, not the first one. The first one of the day, but the penultimate stone of the project. Yeah, it's going to be that. A lot of work to do on it yet, but forever. You know, what we're putting here is going to be here forever. As long as Mount Rushmore stands, this staircase will stand too. It's made from the same stuff. It's the last stone. Brilliant. It goes. Oof. It's a heavy one.
It's not easy working here, is it? So mucky. Mario's digger is literally sinking in the mud there. But anyway. guys, would you look at that? It's beautiful. They've done such a lovely job, haven't they? Let's back up a bit without falling into the biopool. Oh, maybe. Look at that. Maiden voyage. Almost done. So I think they're literally putting a last few stones there and maybe one more behind. And then they're going to be done. That is so cool. So after that, Mario needs to move all of those rocks that are outside of the chicken coop. And I think he's just going to push them over the edge so that he can use them to maybe build up this wall, because they're a bit smaller than the ones that we excavated. So that's a good idea. And then I think the plan down here is he's going to build a trench on the other side of that mine. Just as soon as he's finished up there, it might be an after lunch job. And he's going to open up where this water's coming out. Let me see if I can show you. I don't know what they've done here. Oh, they've also got to tackle the bamboo. Gosh, there's lots to do. But yeah, have a look at this. Look at this. I don't know if John's might have already showed you, but this water is all coming up from under the ground. Where that little rock is, you can literally see the water kind of bubbling up. There's just so much water down here. So I think what they're going to do is dig a trench behind this mine, or this spring. Well, it's a water mine, isn't it? That's what they call it in Portugal. They're going to dig a trench behind it and pipe it so that we try and collect as much of this groundwater as possible into that pipe and channel it into the biopool, rather than having it lifting and making this terrace quite so soggy. What do we think? It's going to work? I said to John, one of the ideas we have currently is to put some water tanks up at the parts of the farm where we feel most vulnerable to fire. We do have problems, as you guys well know, with wildfires in this part of Portugal in the summer. So what we want is, of course, for the farm to be as safe as we can possibly make it. We have cleared so much around us. We now have got such a nice buffer around most of the farm. But there's a few points where I feel a little bit vulnerable because we've got thick forest kind of closer to us. So what we want to do is station some water tanks up in these parts of the farm that feel a little bit more vulnerable, and use this water in the biopool to pump up to these tanks and make sure that they're always full. So that if, touch wood, it never happens, but if we did ever have a situation where we needed fire protection, we've got it. I think those awful fires in LA, and if you've been a part of them, my heart goes out to you. I am so sorry to see the devastation. It was utterly shocking, just terrifying. But I think if it's taught us one thing as we build this house, is that, you know, any sort of measures we can take to make sure that we're as fireproof as possible are important. So we're definitely thinking about that as we build the big house. Thinking about it very, very carefully. Okay, we literally have one last little bit to do. Like you can see there underneath his level, that's the last bit. And then it's just kind of backfilling with stones, I think, or maybe it's with soil. I don't know what they're going to do. I do see some cement bags there and some sand. So they are going to be mixing some cement. So yeah, we'll see what happens next. But in terms of the side walls, there's just this little bit to do and then they're done. Here he goes. There we go, look at that. Final little bit of wall is in. That's exciting. Oh, it looks so lovely. Very, very happy with that. We have got a few winter crops in though, folks, for those of you that like the veggie garden stuff. So we've got some beautiful peas coming up here. And then we've got our broad beans, our favas. And at the end, let me tell you in Portuguese, we've got alho, favas, ervilhas.
This looks lovely, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks great, huh?
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, it looks epic, huh?
Look at that. Beautiful.
It's nice, isn't it?
stoked. Okay, so Mario's on his way down. He could have taken a couple of rocks with him, don't you think?
No, he said if he takes rocks, it's too heavy. But right now, I think what he's trying to do is push Antonio's truck out.
Is it?
Yes, I don't think he's taking rocks anyway. Antonio's car is stuck and they've been trying
No, that's so cool. If in doubt. Look at that. That's so cool. Off you go.
Antonio's going to be like, no, man.
Oh, dude, that's so funny. Mario's like, what?
Oh, that's too funny. That was a proper little. Let's go. That's fun.
Small things, darling. Small things.
Small things, not big things. Making a big difference.
There we go. Mario's back. Good news. We are going to get some more work done right now. Love it. Hopefully we can start moving some rocks around. He's got the pebbles for the rest of the for the biopool on the back of the truck. That's great news. Okay, that is really good news. Mario's bought the pebbles. You remember the other day we chose which pebbles we wanted to go in the biopool, nice and round and shiny ones. 60, I think he said 60 or 70 euros per sack. So they're on the back of his truck now. Only 2 fit. Let's see how many he brings today.
Very exciting. I think we've bought 8 bags of that.
Mario can't get, or he's struggling to get the truck down there. The main reason for that is these big L's that we've got going on right here. He can't get the truck underneath them. He's really struggling. So I said to Antonio, let's just chop them. If we chop them all here, then we get rid of the top bits. We've still got the uprights. That's enough for growing the vines up. As you can see, there's down the bottom there. That's where the landslide, if you like, has happened. And so we're going to be using these rocks here to fix that. Of course, to get there, Mario's got to drive down that little road. So a little bit of trepidation right now. Will he make it without falling? Yeah, it's going to be just fine. Very good. There's something a little bit sad for me about seeing those L's get chopped there. I remember when we first bought the farm, those L's were so confusing to me and they were such a big part of the character of the farm. Definitely we're going to want to keep at least one of the terraces around here with those L's. But this row here, all the way along, because of the amount of trees that we've got around here, the vines just didn't do very well last year or the year before that, so I'm not too worried about it. It's not really the right place to be growing grapes. Grapes want that full sunshine, don't they? There's Mario just sorting out the soil that's dropped off the edge. I wonder what will happen now, whether Mario will just get straight to it and put some stones there to build a wall, or whether that'll be another day. Look at that. That was lucky. See, any wetter than it is now, forget about it. There's no way Mario's going up and doing stuff like that. This very well could be the last day, really, until the spring that there's work taking place down here. The next 10 days after this is rain. Rain, rain, rain. Raoul's just said I can plant some really nice onions here, and in my head I was thinking as I'm doing this, I can plant some really lovely flowers here. So there's definitely two trains of thought going on at the moment. It is good soil though, look at that, wow. Whatever we plant is going to grow beautifully there. Before Joao gets his teeth into any onions or starts bringing any onions over. Joao's filming at the moment, by the way, everybody, and he's smiling a lot. Before he gets his onions in here, I'm going to put some flowers in, I'm going to claim it for my own.
You'll win.
Look at that. That's great. About 6 weeks ago I put a whole bunch of cuttings into pots here. Most of them seem to be doing pretty well, and I've been doing that as I've been going through the autumn, the winter, and heading now into the spring. You know, in a couple of weeks' time the temperatures are going to start going up a little bit, and it'll be just fine to put stuff out in the garden. But I've got a whole bunch here. There's maybe 35 different plants that I can plant out. So I'm going to just pick a few of them. Got a whole bunch of roots growing through there. Literally all I did was stick it in the ground and wait. Brilliant. He's getting up, Mario's just getting up some of the bamboo close to the steps. Hopefully he'll do the other side as well. And we're just levelling it out a little bit. Now the ambition is that I get a couple of lemon trees in here as soon as possible.
Well, it is actually turning into the day we hoped it would be. We're getting so much done. Once again, I'm not entirely sure that it's going to be everything we wanted to get done, but certainly close, I think. Close enough, anyway. John and I are actually going out tonight on a date night. So our friend has got the boys from now until she brings them home and puts them to bed for us. And so we're going to have a little bit of time out, which is, yeah, needed and so appreciated. Not something we get to do very often, living in Portugal without any of our family here. So yeah, looking forward to that. But anyway, lots to do before we can go and have a well-deserved drink and something nice to eat.
Well, very almost the end of the day now, folks. I'm just going to go and have a quick look at what Mario's getting up to. I asked if before he went home he could just have one last go. Look at that rock. Doesn't it look good? Cool. Look at that. That's bamboo. That's bamboo. Yes. Go away, bamboo. Look at it. Wow. Very good. As Joao just said, we should have been digging it up with the butter. Imagine how long that would take with a blooming hoe. Quite a long time. Nick's telling me about how the farm, when it was abandoned here, used to be used. Apparently all the farmers from around the area used to come down here and collect the bamboo, harvest the bamboo for their own farms to grow tomatoes and all sorts of stuff up the side of. And of course, because of that, there was a real incentive just to let the bamboo grow wild and grow as much as possible, as strong as possible, which is exactly what it did. Okay, this day just doesn't end. We are now finally excavating down into that mine to see if we can find where the water flows, so that it doesn't come up through the ground anymore. It's currently coming from out of here, and we've got that little guttering in place, but that's not a long-term solution. So I'm getting tired. There we go. Somewhere down here is an underground stream that's probably put here many years ago. There we go, just dropped into it. Look, what we want to do is reattach the channel. So, yeah, look, there it is, right there. That's it. That's where the water's coming from, inside there. So now Mario's just got to dig a channel, and then we can put a pipe in underneath here, so it doesn't come up through the ground anymore. On the other side of the mine, we're digging a trench to let the water that's coming from the ground to go into the ground and out through the biopool. We hope it works.
How's it looking?
Pretty okay so far.
Obi! Is it coming out?
Yeah.
Yes, well done.
Yeah. Oh, nice. I think we're fighting a losing battle to keep it clean, the water for now anyway. When we're all done, we'll sort it out. We'll sort the water out.
Yeah.
That's a lot of water.
Tell you what we're going to need to do now.
What have I got going down my leg?
What have you got going down your leg? You've ripped your jeans.
Dirt.
Dirt?
Oh, yeah. I've got a spider going down my leg.
I was expecting a salamander to pop out the bottom.
The dirt's gone from somewhere, it's gone somewhere else. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh, love, you've worked so hard today.
it's been
Well
a good
done.
day. We've done well. Cheers!
Cheers! Muito obrigada.